Ooh, why we different from the others? In a garden full of color, would you pick the black flower? I wrote the song, 10 years ago. It's so interesting to almost see myself, or at least see a young version of myself, displaying the same level of thought, distinction, um, almost acute and fundamental principles. Like, it's so crazy how we think we change, but there's just certain truths that we've always known. Um, and this one specifically was, I think, my understanding of being black. And if we expound on that specific chorus, it's like my question to the audience, if we're truly speaking and you find yourself at a nursery and you have to, make a selection of flowers and pick a bouquet for whatever reason, would you add a black flower to your collection? Almost asking the listener to really be square with me and tell me the truth, you know? Are we beautiful? Or have we been programmed to not see ourselves as beautiful? And obviously, this is like 10 years ago, right? So I think the understanding of black and beauty has really changed, and um, I think we are at the center stage of black being the art of attention. You would say that this Renaissance period, as far as creation is concerned, is centered around Africa finally having a stage, finally having a centerpiece in creation, finally having a say. Um, you could also look at it from another perspective to say that, hey, you know, everyone else has told their story but us. Another way you can see it as being leveraged against, or someone seeing the potential in an unexplored aesthetic. Finding ourselves in front of like the Vogue cover magazine and um, being celebrated. It's a very odd, weird way. And there's obviously layers behind that, but it's not necessarily where I want to take a conversation, but rather the limitations it often brings. And this is now me looking at it from the spirit man. Is color a limitation? Because it comes with certain agreements and these acknowledgements that we have to live for and against, and how that plays and ties into all the other isms, centering our identity in culture, heritage, and every little thing that comes with that. I think race is definitely a big player as far as these cards that we've been dealt. And I've always seen that as the added experience of the journey that I'm here to live out. It's like artist, you know, intellectual, man. And then God was like, okay, cool. Before you head up, black, you know. And I think growing up as a kid, there was just moments where not even I didn't see color, but I didn't see myself as color. And there was definitely a superhero ability in that knowing. Like, but I think when you grew up in a community um, of people that look like you. Your identity doesn't come from being different from an exterior perspective, but your difference comes from being different, or at least being special from what you know within. So that was my thinking as a kid. And so by the time we start having these understandings um, of life, and we're becoming essentially woke in this time period of the world, and there's a lot more information coming in. We created a company called Seeds of Indigo, and as I was finding that company, this song was also written as almost the theme song to who we were as black kids, and saying, yo, you know, we are the seeds of indigo, we are the truth and the light, and you know, that whole entire chant, which is true, which is true, and not even shying away from that, but there's a much grander truth in that conversation, because is that light limited to, you know, tone? I find myself in different spaces where I'm the only version, or at least the only tribe collective in my environment. You know, I'm a Tswana within my cause. You know, I'm a black kid amidst, you know, um, other colors. I am a man amongst women. And finding yourself in the polarized version of your identifying frame um, makes you ask the question, you know, who am I? What am I? And is this color my identity? Does it limit me? And what is the social responsibility that I have to bear in presenting myself um, as an artist, as a human being? Yeah. So those conversations. But yeah, Stagnot, my friend. Stagnot.